Hello guys, my name is Ali and welcome to IELTS Vocabulary Conquest. So today we'll be going through the next topic about history. Okay, so when we talk about history, you will be expecting some of the common questions from the examiner. So in this one, I will show you the sample answer as well as the better versions for you to advance your score. Alright, so the first question we have over here, do you like to learn about history? Okay, so this one you can answer based on your opinion, yes or no. So let's take a look at the first version of the answer, okay? Yes, I do. I like reading history stories of Vietnam and stories of other countries in the world. History is not only a subject to me, it's also a way for me to understand what people did in the past could affect how they do and think in the present. Okay, so to be honest, this question, the idea specifically is okay, it's quite good. However, I would like you to change the way you use the words a little bit. So for example, yes, I do. It's more like a very automatic answer to these kind of questions, to the yes/no question. You can change it up a little bit. Okay, so the next one I like is very normal. It's quite common. You can change it up like I enjoy, or I am keen on, or even I am fond of, or some very interesting, that is I am interested in. All right, and you tend to repeat the word history a lot. So try to change the way you use it. It could be an adjective and a noun. So like historical events or historical story or something. Okay. So let's take a look at the better version I have here for you guys. Absolutely. I'm fond of reading about historical events in Vietnam and as well as in the world. To me, learning history not only helps me acknowledge my origin, but also provides me with various perspectives of how things make sense in the present. Okay, so let's take a look. Some of the words that I use here, like absolutely. Absolutely, it means definitely, or like to show your agreement of something. So it has the same with disagreement, okay? You can change or look up for another word. And fond of, like I said before, historical events also that I said, try to use like adjective and then noun together. And the next word here, origin. So origin, it means to like about your background, about your, like your ancestor or your history, okay? And the next one, perspective. Perspective is the way people think or the way people look at matters in life. And the phrasal verb I have also is make sense. Make sense, it means like something is sensible, that makes it meaningful, all right? So it could actually replace for the verbs, the clause that you said above, that how people did in the past could affect what people do and think in the present. So it could actually make the sentence brief and then shorter. All right, so now let's step up to the second question. The next question I have for you guys, what historical event do you find the most interesting? All right, so this one, just try to think of the most famous historical event in our country or even in the world that you can easily think about, okay? So let's see, the answer or the idea for this that I take is for Vietnamese Independence Day. So let's take a look at the first answer, how I give you guys. All right, here's the answer. I find that Vietnamese Independence Day, which happened on the 2nd of September in 1945, is the most interesting and memorable historical event in all Vietnamese hearts. Okay, so it definitely shows the idea of the Vietnamese Independence Day is the most interesting one. However, you need to be more specific, particular about the feelings of the citizens, or how important that day to the Vietnamese citizens at the moment, okay? So give more details, give more specific reasons why this one is interesting. Okay, so let's take another look at the second version that I have. There were many epic revolutions that people shed blood and tears for in the history of Vietnam. All of those events somehow led to the Vietnamese Independence Day, which took place on the 2nd of September in 1945. This day marked a milestone of freedom, liberty, and happiness for our country. All right, so let's take a look at some phrases and words that I use in this one. So the first one I have is epic revolutions. So a revolution is more like a fight that a citizen in a nation or in a particular group organization that will rise up to overthrow the government. Okay, so we have some epic revolutions in Vietnam history, such as the August Revolution, which is Cách mạng tháng 8. And epic here, it means iconic, classic, and it also means very famous. Okay, so epic revolution, it means the famous fight or the famous event. And the next one I have is the idiom. It's called to shed blood and tears. Shed blood and tear, it has a metaphorical meaning, which is people have to pay a lot of hardships and hard work and also pain into achieving a goal in your life. So I might shed blood and tears to gain a scholarship or to achieve my goal. So in this one, I would say that the Vietnamese citizens have shed blood and tears in gaining the liberty and happiness for our country in the past. Okay, the next one I have, mark a milestone. So a milestone is an important event that you remember in your whole lifetime. So you might see a lot on Facebook like the word milestone. So it could be the time you graduate or the time you get married. So this one, to mark a milestone, in this answer, it means that the Vietnam country was born. Okay, it's a milestone. All right, now let's go to the last question. The last question I have over here. Can you name a person from history who you would like to learn more about? Okay, so this one, like I said, is more like an event, historical event, to try to pick a famous or a common character that you can think of for easy ideas. All right, so let's take a look at the sample answer I have. Frankly speaking, I learned a lot about history through school and the internet. However, there are still many unclear things about Uncle Ho, so I'd like to know more about his life and his work. Alright, so the answer that I gave you actually mentioned about Uncle Ho, right? So I want you to expand more of your idea. You can actually use a relative clause to give more supportive idea about who Uncle Ho is, or any specific character that you want to mention in this sentence, in this question. And also the next one, you want to know more about why do you want to know more about or learn more about this type of person. So you have to be particular in the aspects of the lessons that you want to learn from them. So for example, the next one I have that I would learn more about Uncle Ho's personal life as well as his political strategies in the Vietnam's revolutions. Okay, so let's take a look at my second answer over here. To be honest, there was a lot of historical knowledge that I obtained from school and documentaries. Hence, the life of Uncle Ho, who was the first chairman of our country, is still a mystery. Therefore, I like to investigate and understand more about his personal life as well as political strategies. Okay, some of the phrases I would use in this to actually advance the answer. First, I use the word obtain to replace for the word learn. So obtain, it means like you achieve something. It's more also like learn a knowledge. Okay, next one I have is documentaries. So you said you learn a lot of history from school and on the internet. So maybe the information on the internet might a little bit false. So try to use the word documentaries to be official. Okay. And the next one I have is political strategies. So political strategy, it means like the plans that Uncle Ho or any politicians made to help the country in those historical times. Alright guys, so that's a wrap for our demo questions for the topic about history. So if you find this helpful and you have any other comments or as well as better answers, you can leave a comment below, and I hope you enjoy this lesson. Okay, I will see you next time. Goodbye.